I'm not making it a pug booting or a Floyd booting pugs thing. I'm making it a Hydra booting pugs thing. Like, I don't give a fuck that Charlotte was removed. Like, she's obviously a troll. That's completely fine. I'm talking about situations where we remove people for not following
That's something that we need to agree to as a group. That's something that we need to agree to as a group if we're going to make that the stance of all of Hydra.
That's how we've been since day one, since before we were Hydra. We've been all-inclusive. We didn't boot pugs for not following us. All they want is a reiteration that we are following what we originally started Hydra doing. Not this, we're gonna boot anyone who doesn't want to follow us.
That's different. Nope. That is a conflict of interest right there, okay? We're all inclusive. Let me finish. We accept anyone, regardless of gear or skill. There are no requirements. We accept people first come, first serve. There are no class requirements. We don't force people to play specific classes or anything like that. They're all welcome to join us. But if you join a pre-made and you don't follow the group, you're going to get fucking kicked out. I'm sorry, it's got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with being all inclusive with
us. I'm talking about people that are
it doesn't matter if you're in it doesn't matter if you're in channel or not. If you're not in the channel, we invite you to the channel. You're not required to be in the channel. We use the tools given to us in the game to make sure that the pugs are part of the pre-made. Technically the pugs are part of our AV, and we want them to win. We want them to play together with us to win. Okay? It doesn't matter whether they're in Vent or not, and I tell this to people in Ashran too. When I see 10 party leads into Ashran, I immediately send the party leads into battle with the pugs, and I tell the pugs, we're going to help you as long as you want us to help. And when you leave, you'll be replaced with someone on Vent, and it's a win-win situation. We don't troll the pugs. We're not going to force them out, but they do need to follow. I mean, if they want to win, they need to follow the group. But the AV is a game with a win-loss condition. It's a team game, and people need to play together with the team, whether they're pugs or not. We have the tools in game to make sure that all the calls from Vent are passed into raid chat, and I do that adamantly. I always whisper the person who has raid lead as soon as we get in. I'm nice to them about it. I'm saying, hey, we've got a pre-made of X amount of people in here. Would you mind passing me lead, and I'll pass you the calls from Vent? Oh, and enjoy the free win. And they're always happy. 99.9% of the time, the lead is passed to me. I put the condoms on the leaders. I pass all the calls, no matter who's leading the raid, Oilers, Ricky, whoever it is. I pass that person's calls to the pugs. I say, what do you want the pugs to do? And then I put it into raid chat. And if somebody didn't see the raid chat, I whisper them. And if I don't get a response, I have somebody whisper to them in Spanish. And if I still don't get a response and they're not following the group, this person knows. This is a person who knows what's going on in the group, in the game. They open the map, they see the dots on the map. Oh, there's a lot of dots in this spot. Maybe I should go join the group over there. Or I even tell them, I say, you're welcome to join either side of the group. You come up north and help us PvP the Alliance up north, or go down south and do the small fights on Backcap. These are things that we offer them to do. I explicitly have a text document with all of these things to copy and paste. I play in a window, and I sacrifice my gameplay, my game experience for the pugs, because it's easier for me to alt-tab back and forth between Notepad and WoW and copy and paste the messages, because I can't fit them all in the macros. I can't fit them all in my action bars. I'm taking one for the pugs.
So, I mean, that entire exchange for the last 5 minutes of explaining how you do everything, that's how you explain it to Wild Bunch, I understand why they didn't accept your explanation.
Nope, they did not.
Like,
that is correct.
Straight up.
Correct, Ricky.
I wouldn't accept that either if you were talking at me like that. Like, fucking, I shut people out when they talk to me like that.
The only reason I talked to them like that was I didn't initially start talking like that, but they kept talking over me and insisting that it was irrelevant, that it didn't matter. And so if somebody's going to tell me that what I'm saying is irrelevant and doesn't matter, I'm going to start raising my voice. Yep.
But you essentially said that to them, so And you went there willingly.
I did.
They didn't force you to go there.
No, but I was there to clarify my stance on words on a screen. I said what I meant, and they refused to accept it. Okay, even after I clarified with them, they misunderstood what I said. They still insisted on interpreting it the wrong way. That is on them, Ricky. That's not on me. I clarified it.
They didn't
I'm a nice guy.
anything. They just listened to you yell at them. Like, that's not fucking anything. That's not an explanation.
They were yelling at me, Ricky.
I don't care.
They were yelling at me.
That's not the point. Like, fucking, we're adults. We don't fucking sit and yell at each other.
Well, so why?
Exactly.
He joined there willingly.
Floyd can't do it, but they can? Like, what the fuck?
You threw the first ultimatum, and then they threw one back because
Ricky,
they
you're
felt
still
like
not
they got
acknowledging
one.
the fact. But Ricky, you're still not acknowledging the fact that I didn't even know that Matthew was a member of the Wild Bunch when I told that to him, because he was arguing with me on the Facebook page and belittling and talking condescendingly to me on our Facebook page.
Then we shouldn't have even engaged it on the Facebook page. It should have been removed, and then we should have just went to private chat. Right.
That's what I did, Ricky. For crying out loud, that's what I did. And then he took it to the Wild Bunch. I did not know he was Wild Bunch. I told him I wasn't going to argue with him on the Facebook page. I told him that I wasn't going to argue with him about it, and then I took it to private message, and I did not know that he was Wild Bunch. Not that it would have mattered, honestly. I still would have told him, if you don't like the way that we do things, you're welcome to join another room.
Okay, hold on. Ricky, Yaga, Floyd. Ricky, let me break this down to you. An ultimatum is... Hold on. Let me break this down for you, Ricky, real quick, just to simplify it. An ultimatum is do this or else.
No, you have two options. You can
or else.
So you can do that. That's an ultimatum.
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
I will bring up the dictionary if you'd like, man. I'm telling you, man.
There's always more than two options, bro. Always more than
not
two options.
Not an ultimatum. An ultimatum
comes with a threat.
Not at all.
That's an ultimatum.
This is the English language, okay? I told Matthew, and I'll read you verbatim. Listen, I'll read you verbatim what I told this guy Matthew, okay? The first thing that I sent to him, my first message, hold on.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Matt, we're going to need to agree to disagree. I'm not going to argue on the Facebook page with you about booting people who are working against the team when we are in a game together. This is what we do, and if you don't like it, you are free to join another group. There is no need to discuss it. We do it. You don't want to. That means you should probably play elsewhere. Should, not have to.
No.
Should. Now, he interpreted it the wrong way. However, the conversation continued. Allow me to tell you what his response was to my respectful message. That's fine, and I will. You and your little group are just hypocrites. You spout this bullshit about recruiting the pugs and make every pug the next Hydra member, and then you treat them like this. It's bullying, and it's not okay. Anywhere, whether it's not a game or not, I've made my feelings clear. There is no need to reply. I won't be back in your room. I still didn't know he was Wild Bunch at the time. My further response to him was there is a need to reply when people are lying about me or my intentions. I do recruit pugs, and I do treat pugs very nicely in both Ashran and Outdorac Valley. I've never bullied anyone in my life, ever. Let's talk more about how I treat pugs. I actually do not ever do a pug purge in Ashran. I backseat 10 people into a room, blah, 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 just what I told you guys 5 minutes ago. Okay, I said I don't know what more you can ask of someone. We offer them their achievements, a free win. In Outdorac Valley, people missing from the group can make a difference. Unlike Ashran, where there's actually a way to, there's no actually way to win or lose a game. In AV, it counts for points. If that person is out there dying, that's lost reinforcements. I said if someone is absolutely, no, I was comparing the two as far as just pugs in general, as far as my recruiting pugs and being nice to pugs. Someone is absolutely and downright refusing to cooperate or even acknowledge that, or go as far as to use profanity against us, then honestly they belong somewhere else, like in a game with other other like-minded people. If you could boot that one guy in Ashram who's constantly whining that we don't need scrolls or rares, blah, 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 wouldn't you? Regardless, you see how diverse of a community we are and how helpful we are to new people and how friendly we are to each other in these pre-mates. People are joining us on a continuous basis, and our numbers are growing on a daily basis. Those numbers speak for themselves. You know that you've had a lot of fun. Hold on, this is what I told him. These are my messages to him, okay? Notice my respectful messages and his responses. I said, you know you've had a lot of fun running with us, and so if you're going to hold a grudge against me for occasionally booting someone in AV who refuses to work with the team, then I'm sorry to see you go. But I am not a hypocrite, and I run a respectful room, and I do not spout bullshit, so let's get that clear. His response. That one person has no obligation to follow you. You can win AV no matter what that one person does. They can play the game however they want to play. You may need to change your strat. You might lose 50 HKs, but you have no right to call for the other 90. I said, correct. They do not have an obligation to follow me. I also have no obligation to allow the bunker to burn. I can move the entire team back into the keep in order to prevent it from burning, and that will almost always increase the length of the game by at least 30 minutes. I do change my strats frequently. I'm guessing you do not know this because you have not run with us much. A bunker is actually worth 100 HKs, and I do have the right to request people use the vote kick option. I do not have the right to force anyone to do it or threaten anyone if they don't. It is a vote. Therefore, when the vote passes successfully, it means enough people agreed it was necessary. Either way, it is not bullying. The ability to vote people out of a game is not something foreign to online multiplayer games. The game allows us to choose whom we wish to play with in the game. The only reason I can think of that you would continue making it an issue, even after all of this exploration, is that you are trolling and looking for reasons to trash talk Hydra. It's fine to disagree, but to stop playing with us over it and then continue going on and on and on about it on various Facebook pages is just plain trolling. So then he says, point is that he used personal attacks and called names to me and other people in Hydra when I was trying to have a respectful conversation with him. Whether he agrees or not is irrelevant. He was unable to have a civilized conversation about it and agree to disagree. If people can't agree to disagree, there's nothing further to say. There's no further conversation to have. You obviously can't convince the other person of your point of view and vice versa. I never once accused him of being prime, okay? I never once accused him of anything. I simply told him the way I view it, and that I don't believe that what I'm doing is a bad thing. And a lot of people use that vote kick option for reasons other than just being AFK. And in that case, they're all violating the TOS. We're all violating the TOS in various different ways. And to go nuts about the occasional pug that gets booted because he doesn't want to win, obviously, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We're not excluding people from the community. We are all inclusive, but that doesn't mean that we have to play with people we don't like. And that's where the many heads of Hydra come in. If you don't like the people that are playing that room, there are other rooms, and you can move to a different room. You don't have to play with that. If there were so many people that were insulted or offended by the way that I run AV, we probably would not have a full room almost every night of the week because I lead a lot of those games. The point that I'm trying to make is that even though I yelled on Ventrilo, I had a very lengthy conversation, respectful conversation without yelling in chat prior to going in there to try to clarify what is continuously being misunderstood about what I was saying. And they refused to...
You tried so much, dude.
I don't want to alienate the wild bunch, but I'm also not going to change the way that I lead my games to satisfy a crybaby.
Yeah.
And hear me out, one last thing, okay? when Oilers is leading a game, or when Ricky Ross is leading a game, or now Kronos has stepped up and he wants to start leading games, and he's a really good leader. When people step up to lead games, I do not. Well, I once did it to Vord. I kind of tried. I was like, "Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that?" I don't do that anymore. But if that leader never calls to AFK out a pug, I don't do it. I don't do it. Okay. And if I call to ask people to do it, I don't force people to do it, and I don't expect you to. I definitely don't expect you to do it, Ricky. If it is against what you believe in, then I don't want you to do it. And I don't want anybody to do it who doesn't want to do it. And guess what? Majority rules. So if enough people in the game, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to say it like that from now on, and I am on occasion going to want to boot somebody. And guess what? If enough people want to do it, it'll be done. And if enough people don't want to do it, it won't be done. And that's the end of it.
Hey, Floyd, let me say something real quick. Yaga, let me say something real quick. Yaga, hold on. Floyd's not the dickhead. He went above and beyond just to appease everyone, but you can't please everybody. Like that dickhead Matthew, that Aussie dickhead from Wild Bunch. You did everything you could, but that guy's a raging dickhead. A black and white dickhead. And I'm sorry, Ricky, but that guy's a fucking dickhead. I'm serious. You read his shit, and you read Floyd's shit, and that guy can go suck a dick and die in a fire.
I had an exchange with that dude. I had an exchange with Wicked.
He can die. Like, I don't give a shit. Fuck him. We can't please everybody. And if someone threatens us, then it's gonna be for something else. Hey, you're kicking out this pug. Okay, you're not doing this time. Okay, next time we choose something to change about you, we're gonna go after you, and we're gonna keep doing this every fucking time. Every fucking time. Okay, you're doing pre-made, we'll come after you against pre-made. Oh, okay, you're using vent, we're gonna go after you because you use vent. You don't change yourself for all the time for people that don't matter. You may do that, Ricky, but like people like shouldn't do that. They are who they are. You don't lie on your stomach to die and let people control you, walk over you. Why are we sucking their dicks? Like, who give a fucks about them? Like, holy shit, that's a defeatist attitude. And plus, that wasn't an ultimatum. What Wild Bunch did wasn't an ultimatum. What Floyd did was just an option. Like if you don't like it, try something else. Those fucking dickheads gave a threat. You don't have to change yourself for the fucking haters ever, in game and out. Haters are haters. Fuck them. That's all I wanted to say. And an ultimatum is that, but that wasn't an ultimatum. And problem solved. Mic dropped. Holy shit. We're doing something right if the room is filled up, right? But not everyone's gonna love it. I'm gonna sleep with your competitions. So, you know, give me a blowjob. Like, holy shit. You better suck my dick, or I'm gonna sleep with another hoe. It's ridiculous, this whole fucking thing. They have to, because they're his buddy, they have to back him up, because it's a bunch, okay? So if one dickhead's like being a dickhead, they all have to be dickheads. I'm backing up Floyd, because he didn't do anything wrong. He did everything right. That's a pussy attitude. That's a pussy. You have a vagina. You are a vagina.
Ricky, they brought him into their vent. Yeah, and they brought him into their vent, and that's what they did.
Sin points this out.
I think the Wild Bunch are in the wrong in this, Yaga, completely. And, like, that Matthew person. Yeah, this whole thing's fucking
But when
stupid.
it comes
Like,
down to it again, it's just a fucking game, and it's Alliance versus the Horde, and if they want to go get their fucking Alliance tunes and try to fucking fuck with us, like, we'll have
you're straight edge. You're lying.
It's a game. We'll play it.
Yo, Yaga, they're gonna lose to the Q boss, like Chris Kaz and like all of them when they first started hunting you down. Like Stormpike.
Yeah. Their queues are like 20 minutes for Alterac Valley. When you specific queue, it's like 20 minutes.
They don't hate Yaga that much.
In a Alliance Alterac Valley queue for an hour and a half the other day.
We don't have to change ourselves. We're fine. Everything's great. Wah wah. Hydra called me a fart monster because I have Crohn's disease. Wah wah. Yeah, we don't have to change ourselves. We're fine, dude. And if they want to come after us, like, let them. The Q monster will beat their asses. Who wants to waste hour after hour?
Hail Hydra.
Just because, you know, Charlotte Fart Monster wants to do this shit, you wanted to mod him. I backed up my guy. My guy's solid. Floyd's solid. If we're so good, why are we farming Alliance pugs? Like, you shouldn't. If you want to be so good, you wouldn't do PvP. You'd be a fucking saint. Jesus Christ. This is stupid. This whole thing's fucking stupid, Yaga. That's. But it is drama. Like, it started from their side, from Charlotte. That bitch made another video, by the way. 2 new videos. So it's like they're trying to ride. She's trying to ride the drama coattails to garner more attention, and she's spamming every single page. They were saying like she's doing this just to get attention to herself. She's playing the harp. She's playing Crybully. She's doing what Plebeian has been doing and shit. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. I don't think you should change yourself ever for like your haters. Cause you know. Oh, hey. Were you talking the whole time, Moko? Like,
yeah, I have to restart Van administrator apparently. Anyway, I've been here all this time. This is the most retarded ass fucking conversation I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, why is Ricky's panties so much in a bunch over like 5 people, 6 people, however fucking amount of people when we have like 3,000 people on our back? I don't fucking.
You see our points, right, Moko? Like, you get it. Like, they're haters.
No, I'm not talking about the Wild Bunch. I'm not talking about the Wild Bunch because the Wild Bunch right now are just being manipulated by the Prime. I'm talking about the Prime. Who cares about what they say in the forums? Like, who the fuck cares? God damn, I'm so sad that I couldn't talk during that fucking entire thing, because all I wanted to tell Rick is, it's Ricky, dude, I love you, but shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Don't be a pussy! I got it, that's and like, just the fact that someone raises their voice, you tune them out, like, nana nana boo boo, you're too loud, like, what the fuck is that?
Like, grow up.
Oh, Moko, do you see the difference between an ultimatum and a choice? An ultimatum comes with a threat. Yeah, but Ricky didn't see it that way. We were sitting here for fucking 20 minutes, and I was shaking my head. At that point, I would've told them to go fuck yourself. Like, I would've told them to go fuck themselves. Like, no one likes it. Like, yeah. But then, like, I wouldn't.
Oh, you guys are Prime side now? Oh well, fuck you.
I wouldn't shake in the dark like Ricky. If somebody like that, like holy shit.
I got a question. Is Ricky friends with them or something?
I don't know, man, but like.
Oh, I'm sorry. If he wants to be so good to everybody, well, why doesn't he start handing out his own asshole? No, bend over, please.
They're GMs. They'll kick us.
Yeah, we don't have to give everybody hand jobs.
I talked to Fat yesterday about the whole thing. She's fine. She was just telling me that she
saw the video, right?
Oh yeah. She was just telling me that she got a little agitated because she was like Charlotte was yelling her lungs out at her.
Oh yeah. Moko, real quick. Like I felt kind of bad because using the C word. Madge even said, you know, Gumo, I would have went on you for using that word, but I agree with you. Because people are like that, even though you can't say that word around females.
So I was talking to Fat about it, and Fat is like, I was just tired from work. I came home from work, and you know how she works on customer support. So she's used to listening to these people bitch all day. And then she came home to deal with the Charlotte thing, and she's like, I cannot believe that one person, first off, is so retarded not to understand the difference between Vent and WoW. I cannot do anything about them kicking her out of that AV. I cannot do anything about that. I am a mod of Vent, and she did not understand this because she was so like agitated already, and I couldn't believe the retardation. And then second off, she was just so pissed off and yelling at me and telling me to fuck myself and shit like that.
She said that?
I fucking lost it.
That word, Jack. That's her word.
Everybody's a douchebag. Everybody's a douchebag. You're a douchebag. I'm a douchebag. Yeah, she's fine. Fat is fine. And the reason they were talking for so long with Wrath is because Wrath was falling asleep in his truck, and they were just keeping him up.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like something so like important. They did a 9-hour Yaga session, like whatever. Like holy fuck.
No,
over
but
one crazy
Charlotte's
bitch.
ban is temporary. Fat was telling me that Charlotte's ban is temporary.
Oh, fuck her, dude. Like, make it permanent.
There's a reason I couldn't talk to her any longer because Fanny was gonna take her to Starbucks, but she's like, when I come later, I can tell you why. It's temporary. Something they discussed with the Wrath.
What, Vixie? Stuff.
Yeah,
Vixie was trying to like.
Because they want to appease both sides. They don't want to be seen like they're.
Z's was different. Z, she got goaded into it. This bitch fucking walked into it, like tried to like start it and shit.
I don't know. There's a reason that the Fat and Tiny and Raph came to a realization, or I don't know, they just agreed on that it should be temporary because of some fucking reason. I don't know.
Otherwise, the other side will see it as like, oh, Z got scot-free and like Charlie got banned. Yeah, but they want it's like a perception issue, yeah, not what it is. Because I know what it is, but they want it to be perceived as like the other side. Like, don't tell me I said this, but to me, he's like the WoW Bernie. Like everyone likes Burn. Like people that are believing to him. So that's why this whole like meme of Field of Floyd came up. Give him I hate the fact that we give him evidence and he discounts it.
One shot.
Again, I love Ricky, but not really. You know how I am. You both know how I am. I talk my mind, and I don't give a fuck who hears me about it. I said it before. I don't like how Ricky handles shit.
Go ahead, Yaga. Hydra has not seen what?
I don't know. This is getting really ugly in the mod chat. Ricky he's like, he just won't stop siding with the trolls and the whole like kicking of pugs issue. And it's like every other mod. There's like 10 mods, and all the mods are on the same page about it. They all are unified and have the same stances, and he's the one that just doesn't get it. And he's saying we have like Nazi ideals and shit. And it's like, I did not see that one coming.
Oh yeah, dude, we have Nazi ideals for a fucking video game, dude. Get the fuck over it, grow the fuck up, learn how to talk shit, learn how to play games, and fucking be fucking grown-ups about it, dude. That's how it has to go. Literally.
Which pisses me off too, because he keeps using the argument like that's not what Hydra was founded on. That's not what Hydra is. That's not what, you know, like, first of all, you didn't found it, and second of all, like, you're saying all this stuff, right? But then he is so quick to play the card of, well, I've been leading, you know, games since vanilla. I've been leading AVs in here since, you know, like vanilla, BC, that era. So he's playing the card of I have seniority. You have to listen to me.
Who,
but then he plays the card of we're all equal. We're all equal. Everybody's equal. But I have seniority. And my opinion matters more because I have seniority. Like, I don't ever do that. I never say like.
Are you talking about Ricky Ross?
Ricky Ross is like at the throats of every mod in Hydra right now in the top secret Hydra moderator chat. Except maybe Oilers. So Oilers is probably unaware.
That is odd.
I don't know. He's having a meltdown. I don't think this is going to be good. Oh, why is there so much drama attached to video games? Seriously.
I'm sorry.
It's they're bringing down my mellow here.
Drama attached to video games. It's drama attached to people that don't have another outlet of, how do you say that, like stress, or another outlet to like talk to somebody. So the only way they can get it out is by blowing up on everybody. At least some people, I can say that's true. Not all, but some of the people that blow up, I guarantee that's the reason why some of them do. And then another reason, people just get really salty because they get fucking owned and wrecked and they don't want to face that. I mean, it's a full fucking 40-man raid, I mean. There's nothing you can really do against that, you know?
I didn't even pay attention to the last 2 games. If we lost, it's because of me. We can go whenever. I think it's all like stopped for now. Now people will just talk about it like, you know, the after event show where people discuss and we liked right here, we made this comment, you know.
What the fuck is Ricky on?
I don't know. He used the Nazi word too, which he should know is like off limits. Because that was, you know, a whole different bone of contention like a year ago.
I had something to do, so I'm now going back up into that Hydra chat on Facebook to read everything that was said since I was. I don't have anything against Ricky. I'm not mad at Ricky at all. I just think that Ricky is a little bit oblivious to the goings on behind his back. Not by us, by the trolls, obviously, and that's affecting his. Yeah. Well, Wicked's thing apparently is that if we vote kick any pug for whatever reason whatsoever, we're not all inclusive, and I disagree with that. And Ricky seems to agree with that mantra as well. And that's correct. They're not taking into consideration we are all inclusive. Those people are welcome to join us, and they were welcome to join us, and we invited them to join us, and they weren't required to actually join us, but at least follow the calls of a raid lead in a team game. Oh yeah, no, I'm not a member of the Wild Bunch, so I don't see anything that's going on their page. Yeah, and any discussion that they're having about me is based on information that they made up. In other words, they're not even allowing me a chance to defend myself. They've already judged and convicted me, and that's it. They've already judged and convicted me. There's nothing I can do. There's no trial. There's no defense at all. They've made up their minds, and there's no grudge between me and Matthew. The grudge is with Matthew. It's not between us. I agree to disagree. He doesn't. So he's the one with the grudge, not me. I respect anyone's opinion that it's not nice to kick pugs. Fine, but you know what? They're treating it like it's some kind of game changer. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, and it's also circumventing the system to create a 40-man pre-made in Ashland. So why are they allowed to circumvent the system, but I'm not? Yeah, and I'm seeing that Ricky is already committed to them. It's a little ironic. It's a little hypocritical that he was saying that I can't say something that represents the 3,500 members of Hydra, but is he allowed to do that? Because it seems like he took the initiative to do that without having any discussion. So, I never said anything to represent 3,500 people. I had a private discussion with one person of the Wild Bunch without even knowing they were in Wild Bunch, and it wasn't meant as a. I'm not going to explain it to you. You already know. I understand Ricky's point of view. I really do. I think it's. Here's the bottom line. Ricky is free not to kick the pugs. There is no Hydra mantra about not kicking pugs. In fact, 99% of leads out there who identify with Hydra purge pugs in Ashland. Did you know that? They literally run around like chicken pox on the map until all the pugs leave. Wow, these are people who didn't want to be in there in the first place. If they wanted to be in there, they would want to win and they would follow the group because that's what's required to win a game. I mean, that's just it. Yeah, and you know what? It's funny because look at 13C. You know, Ricky was telling, Brisk was in the community for so much longer, blah, 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 and she came in and she didn't like it. She left. Brisk stopped playing the game, dude. Okay? She came in for 1 or 2 games and then left again. She doesn't like World of Warcraft anymore. She's not playing it anymore, so who cares?
We should all be games.
She's somewhat like me, to be honest with you. She likes things her way, and she doesn't like to play with people who don't do things her way. Honestly, I don't either. Most of the people that I run with do things my way.
Well, yeah.
I'm looking at Ricky's concern. He's concerned that we will lose a player base if people are going to get kicked because they don't want to follow. What player base are we losing? Wicked and Wild Bunch? Those guys only play with us maybe once a week, if that. We're not losing anything. I'm not losing anything over losing Wild Bunch. Nothing at all.
I'll tank.
I'm gaining. I'm telling you, dude, this is all about Wicked has a bone to pick with me, and he's too much of... Listen, he's got a vendetta against me for the previous posts. For the previous posts about Wicked, about Cryptid that were deleted. Yeah, they were all... Yeah. And then the previous post that I made about Alliance. Yeah. No, listen. Yeah, you know what? Those people who play Alliance characters, they don't agree with that. They think it's an open access cross-faction community. And there are a lot of people in our community who do play Alliance, but they don't. We're not Alliance. It's a confusing aspect of Hydra. Well, I think that's where the disconnect is, Yaga. We need to make it perfectly clear somehow in the description of Hydra and what Hydra is, that it is Horde. Because if we don't specifically state that and make it perfectly clear to people, Ricky is the only person I've come across so far that agreed with the trolls and didn't have an Alliance tune to play. He's the first one I ever came across. Every other one of them, it's all stems from them wanting to pay. They pay their $15. They can play any faction they want, and they can join any group they want with any faction. Well, guess what? 13 isn't cross. I mean, yeah, they can muck with us. We're okay with that. But I want you to talk to Ricky about that. I'm willing to bet that he actually believes that it's not just Horde. Based on all the stuff that he's been saying today, that's not. It doesn't seem like. I mean, I didn't know this side of Ricky. Honestly, I thought he was totally with us 100%.